My name is Tejal Patel. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. I'm coming to you from Anishinaabe, Potawatomi, and Mississauga tribal lands, colonized as Rochester, Michigan. I'm a yoga teacher, a community organizer, and a podcaster. Today, I'm offering you a standing practice using a chair as a prop. So you might want to prepare with a mat and a chair on top of it. I have two mats organized in a plus sign with my chair on top of it. Both the chair and the mats have non-stick grip, so I should be okay from sliding. So make sure that's the first thing you check. And then next, I just want to invite you to take your arms all the way up as you inhale. Notice where you go without pain, and then all the way forward to fold as you exhale. Bend your knees, maybe tap your toes. Inhale, unroll, come on up. Shoulders shrug up and back. Exhale the breath as you release down. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach up. Doesn't have to be all the way up, but if you can without pain, go there. Otherwise, go where you can without pain. And then exhale, forward fold, melting over the legs. Head drops. Inhale, unroll, all the way up to stand. Shoulders shrug up and back, around and down. Once more, inhale, reach up. Maybe look up this time. Exhale, reach out, bend your knees, and forward fold over your legs. Inhale, unroll, dragging your fingertips up, rolling your head up last, and coming to stand. Shrug the shoulders, up and back, around and down. Great. So step to the side of your chair and just notice where your chair is and notice where you are. Can you put your hand onto the back of your chair comfortably? If not, you might want to adjust the chair or step further away or step closer in. From here, I want to invite you to hold onto your chair for balance and then lift up the inside leg. As you take that inside leg up, start to stabilize. Bring it as high up, bring the knee as high up as you can without pain, and then exhale, release the foot down. You might explore breathing through your nose for Ujjayi breath, making the sound of the ocean. Inhale through the nose, lifting up the knee. Exhale through the nose, hearing that sound and releasing the foot down. Last time, inhale and exhale. Great. Take it to the other side. Holding the chair, setting yourself up. Take time to do that. And when you're ready, breathe through the nose. Knee draws in. Exhale. Release down. Second time, inhale. And exhale. Once more, breathe in. And breathe out. So step it out, march your way back to the other side. And then we're simply going to stand to face the chair. Start to step your outer leg or the chair towards the front edge of the seat onto your chair. And so we're going to need to explore this step a few times after I show you where we're going. So you might need to hold the foot up and place it down on the chair, holding the back of the chair for balance. If this doesn't feel stable to you, you're welcome to turn the chair so that your foot is in front, if you can clear the chair back. This is pretty okay for me, but I prefer it the other way. So hold the chair, help your foot onto the chair base, and then maybe scooch to the edge of the chair, wherever you're finding flat surface on the seat. So we're just gonna easily lunge forward, finding stretch in Achilles, noticing how we're feeling in the front of the ankle, in the hip, and then draw back. You can go further back than ankle under knee, and you can go further forward with knee past ankle. Just making sure that it suits you where you're going. One more time with your breath. And exhale. So we'll be adding on to that. If you need to hop back or reset so that you have some distance between you and the chair, go ahead and check that. From here, go ahead, lunge forward. Maybe both hands come to your thigh. If you're feeling stable or you want to check if you're stable, take the arms forward and then take the arms up. If you like, press into that foot into chair and maybe add a back bend. Nice long stretch to the front of my inside straight leg. When you're ready, bring your hands to your thigh and see if you can straighten up the leg, pressing the toes down. This will create stretch in the top of your foot, potentially. And see if you can hold it. If not, lift up the foot and draw your hip back. This creates a sensation of stretch for me and the hamstring. So both are really great, have their own purposes. Explore what feels like a good place to be for you and maybe take time for both. Long spine, lift up, inhale. And as you exhale, try to hinge over at your hip, finding the fold right here at the hip crease. Doesn't have to go down very far. This folding. Try not to round your back. It can be very easy to do, especially if there's a lot of tightness or sensation there. And then replant your foot. So we're going to go into that lunge, keeping our back heel pushing back and our front foot, whole foot pressing down. If you feel comfortable, hands balance on the thigh. Inhale the arms up. This time turn towards the knee and then exhale, arms wide. See if you can hold here, pushing into that back heel, balancing. It's getting a little tricky. Hug the inner thighs together. Drop your hip. Inhale the arms up, turn to face forward, and exhale, hands down. Nice. Go ahead, pick up the thigh or just slide the foot off of the chair. If you need to step it out, go ahead and march it over, shaking out anything that feels tight, anything that needs to get a little looser. Okay, and we'll set up the other side. Hand to chair, step back, outer leg steps forward onto front of chair. Push into that back foot. Notice where you feel sensation as you move into this lunging lunge or this evolving lunge. What happens when you bring your inner thighs together, even as you find this moving meditation? Chair is here to support you, but also for your balance. So you can hold it and stay holding it. All right, we're about to move into our straight legs forward fold. In Sanskrit, this is called Parvattanasana or pyramid pose. So if you're feeling really tight in the top of the foot, you can always create more space between your feet. That might look like popping. It might look like lifting the flap of your foot, drawing your hip bone back, and folding without pressuring your knee down. Okay, so you're holding your shin or your thigh or your hip. It might be nice to hold your hip because that's where you want to feel the crease and the fold happening. So if you feel it in your upper back because you're rounding, see if you can bend your knee a little, the one on the leg that's on the chair, and then fold. Couple breaths, try to keep your chest nice and bright. If you'll notice, this side looks a lot different for me than the other side, but that's okay. I use my legs differently and I have to work with them a little differently and more mindfully. So we're coming out of this pyramid pose or Parvattanasana, moving back into our lunge or Anjaneyasana. And then as you find that lunge, see if you feel comfortable, hands to thighs. You might take hands forward. Off the chair completely, try and ground your feet, hug those inner thighs together, raise up the arms. Okay, option to stay here or turn towards your knee to that side and then take your arms wide. Try to create this openness across the chest. Definitely challenging my balance here, but just see what you got. Maybe look back. That adds an element of trickiness for me. Let me know how it goes for you. And then we'll return. Arms face forward, rising up. Hands to the thigh, releasing down. One hand to back of chair. Slide or lift or simply step off your chair. Go ahead and let it go. Reset. Take it to the other side of your chair. Holding this chair, I'm going to invite you to inhale, draw the knee up. This time exhale, draw the knee over the chair. Release the foot down and work with the energy of that inner knee moving back while the foot is dropped down. Use the bottom standing leg to really push down as a post. Create a gesture or a foot lock of energy down. So, pada, banda. This is a lock that actually means lock or lift. So both actions are happening. You're rooted, but you're rising. You might stay here, or you might inhale the outer arm up, take it to a side bend over that knee, and exhale, outer arm out and down. Maybe play with deepening that knee bend, only if that's okay for you. And then see if you can encourage engagement through the core to stabilize. Breathe in, lift the foot, feel those hip flexors working, drop back through center and release down. Okay, step it out, walk it over to the other side. Set up for this tree pose on the other side. On your inhale, inner knee rises. Exhale, this time turn to face over the chair and plant the foot. Good, so I basically have a right angle with my toes and the direction that they're pointing. I'm trying to encourage the inner knee to draw back and the inner hip to draw forward. Turns on my outer glute, turns on my inner thighs. See what turns on for you as you come to stand tall. Full and even breath. And you can stay here, or you can inhale, outer arm up and over. Exhale, out and down. Vrikshasana, tree pose. Even with the support, we can explore our balance feeling challenged. So let's challenge what it looks like to have an advanced practice. I feel pretty advanced in this posture, asking for deep hip flexion and external rotation, or the direction of my leg moving out and the thigh drawing up towards my body. So let's stabilize through the core, find your grip. When you're ready, inhale, lift your left foot or your foot on chair, draw it to center and release down. Wherever you are, step a bit away so you can inhale the arms up. Take that standing forward fold, exhale, over the legs. Uttanasana. Inhale, unroll, trail the fingers up the legs, shoulders up to shrug, exhale back and down. As with many yoga practices and all of mine, I want to invite you to find a seat or come to lie down to close out our practice. Today, I'm just going to ask you to fold over your legs in a seated child's pose or balasana. And that could look like resting your head, could look like resting your head in your hands with your knees on your thighs. If that's not comfortable, you might even hold the chair legs and just really go deep and drop down. But you want to be in a place not of only stretch, you want to be a place where you can stretch but also rest. So for me, that looks like elbows bent, head and hands. 3 to 5 breaths. Softening shoulders. Letting the benefits of this practice come into you through the stillness of this posture. When you're ready to come out, one hand on one leg at a time. guiding you up to seated, letting your chin draw in and up and your head come up very last. I want to thank you for joining me for this practice. And please send gratitude to yourself for making time for this practice. Gratitude to the ancestors of this land for allowing us to hold this practice here. Gratitude to the ancestors of yoga for allowing us to honor the roots of this practice. Thank you again so much. My name is Tejal. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. So happy to be here with you. Please do let me know if you have any questions.